Hi, y'all. It's Lisa Knox again. Lisa Knox with Knox Law Mediation here in Tampa Bay, Florida. Reaching out to you all and just dropping a word. As you all recall, and as I'll say on every video, this is not an advertisement. I'm not giving out any legal advice. I'm just reaching out and giving you all, some information, some news that you can use, okay? And so today I have an excellent topic. And before I even jump right into it, I want to give a special shout out and a special thank you to Mr. Walter James, who is the one who inspired this topic today. So today's topic is, where should you hire your attorney? So before, if you recall, we had a conversation, or I had a video out where I was sort of discussing the top 5 reasons why you should hire an attorney. It's never required for you to hire an attorney, right? You can always represent yourself in any matter, but just because you can doesn't always mean that it's the wisest thing to do, right? So if you have decided, hey, it's time for me to go ahead and move on and get an attorney, then the next question is, well, where do I get an attorney? And I would always say, contact the bar association, your local bar association, contact the place where it happens. So for instance, if you have a case that may be coming out of Hillsborough County, Florida, it may be best for you to get an attorney who serves the Hillsborough County, Florida area. If you have a case that is based out of Miami-Dade County, it may be best to get you an attorney that serves that, is based out of Miami-Dade County. And let me tell you why. The reason being is that there's this thing called hometown rule, right? Or that's what we call it, hometown rule, home team rule, derivatives thereof, right? And really what it boils down to is that at the end of the day, judges, other attorneys, we're all human. And human nature is that you give credibility and immediate trust to people that you know, like, and trust, right? Okay. And so typically what happens is when you have an attorney who is not from that area, who does not go in front of the court regularly or often, like who doesn't, work in that county, so they're not in front of that judge regularly, sometimes, the judge is not as receptive. Or sometimes the jury, if they find out that, hey, this person is from a different town, they're not quite as receptive. Or sometimes the opposing counsel, because they don't work with that person on a regular basis, they don't know that person. They don't know that person's reputation. So once again, they may not be quite as receptive as someone who is local. In addition to that, so you want that, let me stop for a second. I don't want to move too fast with that. You want someone who the judge is familiar with, who is maybe from that same area and, sort of knows the local attitudes of the people if there's a jury trial, and who, maybe has, worked in that same area. And so may be familiar with the other attorney, because that may allow things to get done if they're connected in that area in that way. Okay. In addition, every circuit, so you can almost say almost every county, right? But every circuit has different manners in different ways. And every judge is a unique being in that way. So some judges, want you to send documents via email. Some judges want you to upload documents through a specific system. Some circuits don't have access to the same systems, right? So there are certain little nuances, little particularities that attorneys who practice in that area, in that county on a regular basis would know and understand, compared to, someone who doesn't. So for instance, there is a particular judge who prefers to have everything emailed. Okay, there's a particular judge who prefers to have everything emailed. If you don't work in that judge's circuit consistently, then you would not know that. And you would not know to ask that, because actually when you go on their, on their site and so forth, it doesn't have a preference. So you would not even know to ask that. However, those of us who work in that circuit regularly and consistently, we know that the judge prefers for everything to be emailed because the judge doesn't do a really good job of looking at the documents that's uploaded through the system. Now, just to catch, it's a hint or so forth. The judge is not in Hillsborough, so don't try to figure it out, okay? But knowing that sometimes can get things done much faster. Sometimes you just sort of know the judicial assistance, processes just because you've been working with that person or through that person for so many years. So you might know, hey, for this particular judge, if I send this email, I need to send it, late Sunday evening so that it's at the top of the email list, because I know that she works in order of reception. So if you send it on Monday afternoon, you may not get an answer until Tuesday. Little things like that, there's a good saying that, a good attorney knows the law. A better attorney knows the judge. I would like to go even further with it. A good attorney knows the law. A better attorney knows the judge. But the very best attorney, the judge and the judicial assistant know them. And that's sometimes the very best situation, okay? So that's just a little hint that I want to drop off, a little something, to pick up. If you're going to look at attorneys, it may be in your best interest. You don't have to, but it may be in your best interest to get an attorney who's familiar with practicing in that circuit, in that area, and who's known. And then that way, you won't have to deal with hometown rule, okay? All right, then, y'all, it's been a pleasure. As always, drop your comments down below. Don't hesitate. Message me, call, email. If there's ever a topic that I can discuss or that you're curious about, let me know. I'm here. I'm all ears. All right. Until then, I'll sign off. Hard knocks, call Knox. Take care.